God will deliver us. They refused. They refused to bow down. They refused to fall down to Satan. Today we've got folks that need to stand like these three men and say, I refuse to fall down to what comes my way. I refuse to fall down to Satan. He's throwing everything he can at me. He's got everything in the world coming my direction. All kinds of vices, all kinds of things, all kinds of torment, all kinds of directions of things firing at me. But I've got to refuse to fall down to Satan today, because my God will deliver me just like He delivered these three boys in that fire that day. My God will deliver me. I've got to refuse to fall down. I've got to refuse to give up in the face of the fire. You know, these boys knew what was going to come. They knew what was happening. They knew that they were battling a king that was mighty, and he had the authority to take their life, or attempt to take their life. Let's put it that way. They knew that what he said, if anybody refused to bow down at his commandment and begin to worship that golden image, that they would be cast into a fiery furnace. But yet they refused. Now let me tell you what, folks. Fire can be the most destructive thing that you could ever encounter. Devastating. And these guys knew that something was coming. And this king ordered them to fall down and to bow, but they refused because they knew God would deliver them. They knew. Refusing. They brought him and they said, hey, king, you three guys here, and here's the thing about these three fellows. They had favor in the eyes of the government. They were likable guys, and they were brought, and they said, hey, king, let me tell you something. These three old boys here, they're refusing to do what you said. They're refusing when the music plays to hit their news. They're refusing to get down on their face like everybody else. What are you going to do? He said, bring them to me. I want to see these guys. I want to speak to them. And when they come in, they begin to speak, and he says, is this true what I hear? That you guys are refusing to do my commandment, the golden image I've got, and like everybody else, you guys are saying you're not going to do it. I like how they answered. I like how they responded here. When they came, and they said, "O king, how we answer this here, we want you to know this here. We're not careful to answer thee in this matter, but this is the situation. If it be so, our God whom we serve, He is able to deliver us from that burning fiery furnace, and He will deliver us out of your hand."
Amen.
Oh, King, hear what we're saying. We serve a God that can take care of every problem. You're not a problem. You're not. This is not an issue for us, because our God will deliver us. Many of you today encounter an old King Nebuchadnezzar in your life. You're encountering a commandment. You're encountering the old devil who's throwing things your way and saying, hey, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. But you got to refuse to fall down to it and say, my God is able to deliver me from everything that I encounter. Who are you to tell me? These old boys could have walked in and said, well, wait a minute, King. Now, we didn't really mean that. Maybe them guys, can we maybe in the back, maybe nobody sees us? Maybe we'll just slip around the corner when that music starts and nobody else can see us, and, compromise. A lot of times in our lives, we try to seek that out. Well, nobody knows about this, if I just do whatever. But you know what? God knows.
Amen.
But these old boys said, wait a minute, King. I'm going to tell you something right here. Straight up, buddy. I want you to know this. Be so. Our God. Our God. Notice they didn't say, oh God. Old Nebuchadnezzar worshipped all kinds of gods and built him a big one there out of gold. He said, our God, our God, our deliver us from this burning fire, and He's going to deliver us out of your hand. But if not, be it known unto you, King, that we will not serve your gods. We're not, nor worship the golden image. And the old king got upset, didn't he? He got upset. You know, the devil gets upset with you, don't he? He gets mad at you. He stays mad at me all the time. All the time. How do I know that? Because, man, he's swinging punches every day at me. He's throwing something my way every day. And he knows what aggravates the daylights out of me. When things don't work in my house. My wife was running the vacuum yesterday afternoon. She says, "Hey, vacuum come apart." So I'm like, okay. I go. I put it back together. And I fix everything. And not 2 minutes later, I hear my wonderful wife's voice. "Hey, it's broke again." And I got up and I walked through there, and I was upset with her. I got it back together, and it wasn't 5 minutes. She says, "Hey, something's happened. The vacuum's not sucking the stuff up. Go check."